One of the most frustrating mistakes I see vegans committing on social media is trying to get horrific vids of animal abuse and murder taken down. From puppies being fed to snakes, to kittens being tortured, to rabbits being burned alive, and other evil and disgusting shit. It's not uncommon for vegans to report these vids to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and wherever else to try to get them removed. So why is this a mistake? Well, it's simple. You see, we can't have it both ways. As vegans, we need horrific footage of violence towards animals left uncensored on social media in order for us to spread the vegan message. Social media censorship is rife, with organisations listening more now than ever before to the views of their members with regards to what kind of content should not be shown and who shouldn't be given a platform. Vegans, of all people, should not be feeding into this censorship environment, because the more we report vids of animals being abused and murdered, the more people like Mark Zuckerberg listen and go, seems our members don't really want to see this kind of stuff on social media. Looks like we better ban it. Currently, horrific vids of animal abuse do not go against platforms like Instagram and Facebook's community standards. And guess what? That's fucking great. It means we're lucky enough to be able to share the footage of the horrific shit taking place in animal agriculture that non-vegans are constantly denying even happens. The reason veganism has exploded over the past few years is because people can actually now see what it is that they're paying for every time they buy a box of eggs or a pack of bacon. I can honestly say that if it weren't for social media and the videos that get shared on it showing graphic imagery of the animal holocaust, I very likely would not be vegan today. The last thing we want is umpteen million reports getting made to Facebook every year of graphic violence on animal vids, and then Zuckerberg, who, can I just remind everyone, is not vegan, so doesn't actually care whether or not our vids of what he's paying for get censored, suddenly one day going, oh, that's not a nice vid of those chicks being shredded, or, geez, that vid of the pigs being gassed. Our members have vocally stated they don't want to see that, and then banning the accounts of the people who share them. That's me and you. Essentially, when vegans report graphic vids of animal abuse, they're just punching themselves in the face. It harms us and the animals way more than it harms the scumbag uploading the video of himself torturing the puppy. Now, before, when I've made this argument, people have responded by saying, yeah, but we're sharing it to show what happens. Those sick animal abusers are sharing it to glorify it and promote it. But here's the thing. When you report something on social media, the mods do not take context or motive into account. Something either violates its terms or it doesn't. The mods don't sit there investigating every report going, well, if you look at the context, this was shared and you know, the person said this and this person did that. No, it either goes against community standards or it doesn't. Mods don't differentiate between a chick being shredded and a puppy being tortured, and they don't look at the person sharing it either to investigate whether they're glorifying it or whether they're raising awareness. I'm amazed at just how much time people seem to think these social media mods have. According to Forbes magazine, Facebook employs about 15,000 content moderators directly or indirectly. If they have 3 million posts to moderate each day, that's 200 per person. 25 each and every hour in an 8-hour shift. That's under 150 seconds to decide if a post meets or violates community standards. I did some reading into how Facebook moderation works, and this is what happens for anyone who doesn't know. A group of mods is sat in a room with a bunch of computers just constantly going through reported posts. Overall, they get 3 million reports every single day as an organisation. On each mod's screen, a reported post will flash up and they get a choice of 2 buttons. One button basically says this is fine and the other says this goes against community standards. They have about 150 seconds to make a decision and then they just have to speed on to the next one, and the next one, and then the next one. They haven't got the time to go looking through every person's profile, seeing what their motives were, or whether the video they're sharing of that, of that person stamping on the kitten or whatever it is that person, in the video glorifying it, or whether it's a video to raise awareness of someone else doing it, for example. They don't scroll through the profile to check whether it's a vegan animal liberation page sharing it, for altruistic reasons, or whether it's just some sick fuck doing it for kicks. They don't investigate your reports and take any of your complex reasonings into consideration. Stop thinking that they do. This is why I say we can't have it both ways. Animal abuse footage either stays on social media or it doesn't. We can't pick and choose and say to the mods, hey, keep the hatchery and the slaughterhouse footage, but please delete the puppy torture footage. It doesn't work that way. I'm also surprised at how many vegans seem to think reporting hunting pages will actually do anything. As gross as hunting is, reporting something that is perfectly legal and that social media directors like Zuckerberg agree with themselves is a decision driven purely by emotion. A personal hobby of Mark Zuckerberg's is to go out and shoot wild boar with a bow and arrow, and he's always maintained that animals taste better when you kill them yourself.
Smoked salmon is good, but I have to say it's not quite as good as brisket and ribs. Although you know the thing that really makes it good, and I think half of the joy is that things taste better when you make them yourself, and they taste doubly better when you hunted the animal yourself. So that I think, you know, whether you're fishing for the salmon or you know, going hunting for a boar, I mean that's you know, that's a big part of it.
So yeah, sorry to burst your bubble, fellow vegans, but I can assure you he really doesn't give a shit about our reports of hunting pages and hunting photos, and he will have made it very clear to his moderation team on Instagram and Facebook to dismiss any vegans who are trying to report you know, photos and pages revolving around his favourite, very legal pastime on his platform. I mean, to use an analogy, it would be like writing an email to McDonald's cow-eating, non-vegan CEO and saying, I would like to make you aware that customers of yours are eating cows on your premises. Will you be banning this? But back to my main point. Vegans should not be playing into social media's already heavy-handed censorship environment by making it clear to these organisations that animal abuse vids shouldn't be on their platform. As much as it sucks to see these vids, it works in our favour and goes against the interests of the meat, dairy, egg, wool and leather industries. Every dairy farmer will be rubbing their hands together when they find out that Facebook, Instagram and YouTube are planning to rid their platforms of animal abuse footage. Don't let it get to that stage. Leave the reporting of animal abuse vids to the farmers, shills, corporate stooges and other people who want to maintain the image that everything happening in their industry is humane. If you see a video uploaded by someone who's abusing animals illegally, so you know, not talking about hunting here, I'm talking about torturing a household animal or something like that, try to work out their location so you can report them to the authorities. In any case, you need the video to stay up anyway to use as evidence against them. Taking it down will only affect the chances of them being prosecuted. Thanks for watching everyone, please like and share this vid, subscribe to the channel, and if you value Carnism Debunked, consider supporting me via Patreon so I can grow this platform.